Arcola sends up the 9-1 and 2 hitters here in the top of the 4th inning, and they find themselves down by a score of 6-4 after taking a 4-run lead in the top of the inning. Tuscola comes back with 6 in the bottom half, and now it's 6-4 in favor of the Lady Warriors. First pitch is a ball to Leslie Arguelles. Next pitch called strike on the outside corner, and the count is even at 1-1. Arguelles sacrificed in the 2nd inning. Move a runner along. Walker looks in. Here's the wind and the 1-1 pitch. Fly ball down the right field line, and that is a foul ball. And the count is 1-2. Aaron Walker is just a junior. Last year, as the main pitcher for the Lady Warriors, she pitched in 29 games. Here's the pitch. Low and away, just missed. The count's 2-2. Walker was 22-5 last year, pitched 183 innings, gave up 107 hits, 38 earned runs. She struck out 139 and walked 33. Here's a foul tip. Had an earned run average of 1.46 for the Lady Warriors. She's 4-1 this year. Here's the 2-2 pitch. High and away, ball 3. And the count is full at 3-2. I think that is the first full count that Walker has gone to. She has struck out 6. No walk. She's hit a batter. Here's a line drive right back to the pitcher. She dropped it and then threw to first. Don't know if she had it long enough to, but just to be on the safe side, she threw it over to first. And there's 1 out. Walker's given up 6 hits, given up 4 runs. That'll bring up Claire Carmazinas, the catcher, for her 3rd trip to the plate. First pitch by Walker on the way, low in the dirt for ball 1. Tuscola defense, Jacobs in left, Giuliani in center, Tabling in right. Around the infield, Comerford at 3rd, Little at short, Shelmadine at 2nd, Frericks at 1st. Here's a pitch fouled straight back, and the count is even at 1-1, and that hit a vehicle. But we didn't hear breaking glass, so that's a good thing. Amber Miller behind the plate, Aaron Walker in the circle. There we go again. Here's the wind and the pitch on the way. Ground ball to the right side. Shelmadine flips it to first, and there's 2 up and 2 down in the 4th inning for Arcola. That'll bring up the pitcher, Taylor Edwards. She has been up twice, 2 base hits, and she scored 2 of the 4 Arcola runs. She also has a stolen base to her credit. Edwards, right-hand hitter. Tuscola outfield shaded over toward right field. First pitch just misses outside, ball 1. So we said 200 feet all the way around this diamond at Irvin Park in Tuscola. About a 4-foot high chain link fence. Here's a fly ball to center field. Giuliani is under it, and she makes the catch. And Arcola goes down in order in the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We played 3.5, and Tuscola leading Arcola by a score of 6-4. Alan Patton back at Irvin Park in Tuscola. We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Tuscola leading Arcola by a score of 6-4. Leading off for the Lady Warriors here in the bottom of the 4th, it'll be the left fielder, Jenna Jacobs. She'll be followed by the top of the order, Amber Tabling and Amber Miller. First pitch, high for a ball. Tuscola sent 10 batters to the plate in the bottom of the 3rd, scored 6 runs. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. Jacobs got around a little bit late on that one. The count is even at 1-1. Tuscola did not have a hit through the first 2 innings. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. They picked up 6 of them in the third to take the lead. They trailed 4-0 going into the inning. Then after 2 were out, they scored 6 times. Here's a pitch, bounces in, and the count is even at 2-2. Taylor Edwards in the circle for Arcola. The 2-2 pitch is high and away for a ball. 6 runs, 6 hits for Tuscola. 4 runs on 6 hits for Arcola. Tuscola has 3 errors, as does Arcola. Here's a swing and a foul tip. It bounced off the umpire's mask. Got some good height on it, though. 3-2 the count to Jenna Jacobs, right-hand hitting junior left fielder for the Lady Warriors. Taylor Edwards looks in, the pitch on the way, swung on, fouled back again. Jacobs staying alive. Tuscola will host Unity on Wednesday here at Irvin Park. Here's a pitch high for a ball. That's the first walk given up by Taylor Edwards. That'll bring Amber Tabling to the plate. Amber's 1 for 2. She's been on base twice, reached on an error in the first, singled and scored in the third. Tabling, left-handed hitter.
Come on, Taylor, let's go.
And the first pitch by Edwards, called strike. Tabling moving down the line like she wants to slap at the ball, but she didn't make contact that time, and it was a called strike. Runner at first, nobody out. Here's the pitch. She tries to bunt that time. Here's the runner going down, and nobody's there to cover. 0-2 the count to Tabling. Jacobs with a stolen base puts her in scoring position. And here's the 0-2 pitch, low in the dirt. Ball 1. Arcola leaving a lot of space up the middle. The shortstop kind of shaded over toward third. I noticed that in the last inning. The shortstop, Kaylee Seaman. Here's a pitch fouled back. Another slap attempt by Tabling. Tuscola has 3 seniors, I believe, in their starting lineup. Here's the pitch, low for a ball. Counts 2-2. Miller, Frericks, and Carmen Comerford are seniors. Jenna Jacobs and Aaron Walker are juniors. Here's a little slapped line drive. Third base, or the shortstop can't hold on to it. And Tabling's going to be safe. She reaches for the third time. A little soft line drive out to shortstop. Seaman couldn't come up with the softball. Well, that was a good thing for Jenna Jacobs. She might have been doubled off if Seaman had held on to the softball. That'll bring up the catcher, Amber Miller. Miller batted .440 last year. Here's a pitch in the dirt. The ball gets away. And the runners will each advance on the wild pitch. Last year, Miller batted .440. 3 home runs, 35 runs batted in. Scored 44 runs for the Lady Warriors. That was high on the team. Here's the pitch, high for a ball. And the count is 2-0 to Tuscola's catcher, Amber Miller. wearing number 4 on her black jersey. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, right side. Second baseman can't handle it. Everybody safe. Ball and run scores. And that makes it 7-4. Ball was hit right at Kepley. I don't think it was too hard. She just couldn't handle it. So Tuscola with runners at the corners and nobody out, and the batter is Maddie Frericks. Frericks squares to bunt, takes a strike, and Miller goes down to second base. Frericks is 1 for 2, called out on strikes in the first. Doubled in a run in the third inning, scored later. Here's a pitch popped up on the right side. It's going to be out of play. Over in the bleachers, just on the other side of the Arcola dugout. Frericks batted .231 with 11 runs batted in. A couple doubles last year for the Lady Warriors. She's playing first base this afternoon for Tuscola. And there's the pitch. Low and away. And the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Carly Allen in the on-deck circle, so she's going to be coming back in after having someone run for her in the last inning. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Third base side. And they let it drop. Third baseman, catcher, and pitcher all converged on the ball. They couldn't communicate on who was going to get it, and it dropped. Actually, dropped just inside the line and then rolled foul, but it's a foul ball. Count holds at 1-2. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Ground ball down the third base line, foul. And the count remains 1-2. Tuscola with 6 runs in the third inning, 1 here in the fourth. Taking advantage of a couple Arcola errors here in the inning. Here's the pitch. Low for a ball. Good stop by Claire Carmazinas, the Arcola catcher. Left fielder, Leslie Arguelles, guarding the line, or playing close to the line. Here's a pitch high. Off the backstop. Runners tries to score, and she's in. And it's 8-4 rather, in favor of Tuscola. I don't know if it hit the wood or hit the padding behind the plate, and it bounced up. And Carmazinas had it, and Edwards was just a little late in getting to the plate. And the run scored. 3-2 the count. The pitch popped up behind the plate. And the count holds at 3-2. Jacobs walked to lead off the inning. Tabling reached on an error. Miller reached on an error. And Tabling just scored on a wild pitch. Here's a drive in the left field. That's going to go all the way to the fence. 1 run is in. And Frericks will go to second, standing up. And now she's got to try for third. The ball gets away, and she slides in safely. Maddie Frericks with a double to left field. And as the throw got away from the shortstop out at the relay position, Frericks took advantage of an unoccupied, unguarded third base, and she went into third sliding. And that makes it a 9-4 ball game. Craig Vandeveer going out to talk with his infielders. That's 3 errors in the inning for Arcola. Carly Allen stepping up to the plate. For Tuscola, she has singled and struck out. She drove in a run and scored in the third. So we said Tuscola host Unity on Wednesday here at Irvin Park. The Tuscola and Unity play twice during the season. The second time is late, just before the regional. And I don't really know which one is the conference, would count as the conference game, and which counts as a non-conference game. But Allen stepping in to face Taylor Edwards. Here's a ground ball up the middle for a base hit. That's going to score a run. Allen with her second hit of the day. And another RBI, and it is now 10-4. Edwards was sailing along. She retired the first, well, after giving up after tabling reached on an error. Here's a ground ball down the first baseline, foul by Peyton Shelmadine. In the first, Amber Tabling reached on an error, and then Edwards struck out the side. In the second, Tuscola went down in order. Here's a fly ball down the right field line, and that is foul. And the count is 0-2. First two batters of the third were retired, and then the floodgates opened for the Lady Warriors. 6 runs across the plate, and we don't have an out here in the fourth either. 0-2 the count to Peyton Shelmadine. Carly Allen on at first, 4 runs in for the Lady Warriors. Here's the pitch. Pop up, first base side, off the roof of the dugout, and the count holds at 0-2. Assistant coach Ron O'Hearn brings a fresh softball out for the pitcher, and they bring another one out to the umpire so we can keep the game moving. 0-2 the count to Shelmadine. Aaron Walker on deck. Pitch on the way, swung on and missed, strike 3, and Shelmadine goes down swinging for the first out here in the fourth inning. That is the 5th strikeout for Taylor Edwards. That'll bring up the pitcher, Aaron Walker. She is 1 for 2. Doubled and scored in the third. Grounded out to second in the second. Everybody grounded out to second in the second. Here's a line drive into the glove of the third baseman for out number 2. Soft line drive off the bat of Walker. Kara Edwards reached up and grabbed it for the out. And with 2 out, that brings up Carmen Comerford. Pitch is high and away for a ball. Allen taking a lead off first after every pitch, but I don't think she's a threat to run. Here's the pitch by Taylor Edwards. Ball is high, ball 2. Comerford is 1 for 2. She grounded out to second, and then singled in a run in the third. Here's a called strike at the knees, and the count is 2-1. 4 runs in for Tuscola here in the bottom of the fourth inning of a scheduled 7-inning ball game. Here's a pitch low in the dirt, and the count is 3-1 with Morgan Little on deck. Comerford, the 8th batter to bat to come to the plate here in the fourth for Tuscola. Here's the pitch on the way. Fly ball, right field. Right fielder has trouble with the sun. It's over her head, and Allen is going to go. She's going to come to the plate. She's in standing up. And Comerford with a stand-up triple to right field. That was hit over the head of the right fielder, Hunter Gobert. She looked like she was having a little trouble with the sun, because that is the sun field here at this diamond in Irvin Park. Okay, had a substitution. Corinne Carmazinas is in right field now for the Riders. So a triple by Comerford. And a run scores. and it's 11-4. One strike the count, and the pitch is a called strike. 0-2 to Little. The 0-2 pitch on the way, high for a ball. And now the ball gets away and the runner scores. So Comerford scores 6 runs in this inning for the Lady Warriors, and it's a 12-4 ball game. One-two the count to Morgan Little with 2 out, nobody on. Here's the pitch. Fouled back to the screen. Count holds at 1-2. One to the count. Pitch called, strike 3 on the outside corner, and that brings the 4th inning to a close. That's the 6th strikeout for Taylor Edwards. 6 runs in the inning for Tuscola. 3 hits, 3 errors, and nobody left. After 4 full innings here at Tuscola, it's the Lady Warriors 12 and the Arcola Lady Riders 4. We go to the top of the 5th inning here at Tuscola. Leading off for the Purple Riders will be Kara Edwards. She'll be followed by Lady Clark and Kaylee Seaman. First pitch is a strike at the letters. Started to go around, held up, but it was a called strike. Kara Edwards is 1 for 2. She has singled and scored and was called out on strikes. Aaron Walker in the circle for Tuscola. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. And the count 0-2. Walker has given up 6 hits. She struck out 6. And I don't think she's walked anyone this afternoon. Walker in the windup, the pitch. Took something off of that one. It was high for a ball, and the count is 1-2. Arcola with a run in the 1st, 3 in the 4th. Tuscola with 6 in the 3rd and 6 in the 4th. It was pitched low and inside. Did I say that right? 1 in the 1st, 3 in the 3rd for Arcola. Okay. 2-2 the count to Kara Edwards, right-hand hitter. Gets her foothold in the batter's box. Awaiting the 2-2 pitch from Aaron Walker. Started to swing, held up in time, and the pitch was high, and the count is full. I think Walker had a 3-2 count on Leslie Arguellos in the 4th inning. And she's done the same here with Kara Edwards in the 5th. Here's the pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 for the first out. 7th strikeout for Aaron Walker. And that will bring up the first baseman, Lainey Clark. Clark is 2 for 2 with a single and a double. She's driven in a run and scored a run. Pitch by Walker on the way. Fly ball, right field. Tabling come in, and she cannot handle it. And she came in, tried to do the basket catch, and was not successful. As we said, that is the Sun field. Sun kind of behind the plate, really, but you stand out there in right field, most of the times you're looking right at it. Here's a pitch, bunted foul. First strike 1 by Kaylee Seaman. Seaman 0 for 2. She's struck out twice. One strike, no balls to count. Kaylee Seaman, Lainey Clark on at first. 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. Popped up on the infield. Walker comes in, makes the catch for the out. And there are 2 away. That'll bring up the designated player, Danya Mendoza. Mendoza batting for the second baseman, Kayla Kepley. She's 1 for 2. Base hit and a strikeout. Walker looks in for the sign from Amber Miller. The pitch on the way, called strike 1. Outfield shaded over toward the right. Center fielder Alexis Giuliani is kind of straight away right up the middle, but left fielder Jenna Jacobs kind of shaded toward the gap and tabling maybe a step or 2 toward the line from straightaway right field. Say that quickly. Here's the pitch on the way from Walker. In the dirt, good stop by Miller. And the count is 2-1. Just about sounded like Elmer Fudd on that straightaway white field. I don't think there are any wascally wabbits out there, but here's the pitch fouled off. That one was out of the strike zone, and Mendoza was lucky to get her bat on at that time. And the count is even at 2-2 with 2 out and a runner on. Here in the top of the 5th inning, Tuscola leading 12-4. Here's a pitch fouled straight back off the screen, and the count holds at 2-2. Now we're into the part of the ball game where the 10-run rule could come into play. Tuscola just needs 2 runs to do that. Of course, they have to hold Arcola. Here's the pitch. Round foul off to the right of the plate. And the count still 2-2. So we said this earlier, this is Arcola's first game of the year. They've had a few false starts because of the weather. Here's the pitch. Just a bit low and away. And the count is full. Almost did my Bob Euchre there. Just a bit outside. Here's the pitch on the way. Low in the dirt, bounces away from Miller. And Clark makes a big turn at second. But Miller locates the softball. So the runners at first and second after the walk to Mendoza. And that brings up Sydney Spellman, center fielder. She's 0 for 1. She's been on base twice, was hit by a pitch and reached on an error. Takes a pitch for a strike. I think every baseball or softball announcer could identify with Bob Euchre's character in Major League, especially on that call. Oh, to the count. Runners at first and second for Arcola. 2 away here in the top of the 5th. The pitch bounces in front of the plate, goes back to the screen, and the runners move up 60 feet. And the count is 1-2. In the on-deck circle is Corinne Carmazinas. Came in for Gobert in right field. And a pitch on the way. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and that ends the inning. 8 strikeouts for Aaron Walker here in the ball game. In the inning for Arcola, no runs, no hits, 1 error by Tuscola. 2 runners were left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th at Irvin Park in Tuscola. Lady Warriors leading Arcola by a score of 12-4. Leading off for the Tuscola Lady Warriors in the bottom half of the 5th inning is the left fielder Jenna Jacobs. She takes the first pitch for a ball. 9-1-2. Here's a fly ball to center field. Spellman under it, reaches and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. So Jacob flies out to center to lead off the fifth inning. That'll bring up Amber Tabling. Tabling's been on base 3 times. One officially, 1 for 3. She's reached twice, or scored twice. Reached a couple times on errors. Once in the first and once in the fourth. Here's the pitch by Taylor Edwards. Low and away for a ball. Nobody on, 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth.
Come on, Taylor.
And there's a called strike, and the count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Tuscola, coached by Lenny Cementi. 13th year at Tuscola. He's only had 2 losing seasons. Here's the pitch, low for a ball. And the count is 2-1. First year, 2001, the Lady Warriors were 8-18. And then in 2005, they were 13-17. But he's got a career record of 238, 113, and 1. That tie coming back in 2003. We said the last 6 years they have won regionals. Here's a little slap, another one. Drops just inside the line. That's the second time Tabling has kind of duck snorted a little bloop over the third baseman's head, just into the grass inside the left field line. And that'll bring up Amber Miller, the catcher. Miller's 1 for 3, scored twice. Runner at first, 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth. First pitch to Miller, called strike.
Good pitch, Taylor.
Miller reached on an error in the fourth, stole a base and scored. 1 strike pitch on the way. Miller swings and misses, or foul tips it. Straight back to the screen, and the count is 0-2. Amber Miller, senior catcher, right-hand hitter for the Lady Warriors. Here's a ground ball to third. Throw over to first, and Amber Miller is retired 5-3. Tabling goes to second on the out. And that'll bring up Maddie Frericks. Frericks is 2 for 3. Couple doubles, couple RBIs, couple runs scored, and a strikeout. Frericks, right-hand hitter. The pitch by Edwards is high and away for a ball. Big lead by Tabling. We said the shortstop shaded over toward third base, not where you expect the shortstop to normally play. Here's a pitch in the dirt. Tabling's going to go for third, and she is safe. Third baseman couldn't handle the throw, but Tabling was going to make it there anyway. She was safe. Count 2-0 to Frericks. And runners now at third with 2 out. Here's the pitch on the way. Just misses outside, and the count is 3-0. Now we got a timeout called. Thought maybe someone was doing something in the outfield to distract the players, but apparently that's been taken care of. Here's the pitch, high and away. Ball gets away from the catcher. The runner's going to score on the wild pitch. And Frericks goes to first on the base on balls. So that is 13 for Tuscola. 13-4 in favor of the Lady Warriors here in the bottom of the fifth. And the batter is Carly Allen, the designated player. She is 2 for 3. First pitch inside at the knees for ball 1. Runner at first is Maddie Frericks, 2 out, a run in for the Lady Warriors. Here's the pitch by Taylor Edwards. Ground ball up the middle, shortstop knocks it down, it goes into center field. And everybody's going to be safe. That's the third hit of the afternoon
Let's go. Help your pitcher out.
for Carly Allen.
Come on, Taylor.
And it brings up Peyton Shelmadine, the second baseman. Shelmadine is 0 for 3. She grounded out to second, reached on an error, and struck out. Taylor Edwards has 6 strikeouts and a couple walks in the ball game today. Here's a pitch called strike at the knees on the outside corner. And Edwards gets ahead of the hitter. Something she was doing in the first couple innings. Here's a line drive, right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Here's a runner around third. She's going to try to score. She's in, standing up, and that is the ball game. Frerick scores on the base hit by Peyton Shelmadine, and that brings this ball game to a close as Tuscola wins by the 10-run rule. They pick up a couple runs here in the 5th inning, and 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. So for Tuscola, 14 runs on 12 hits. And for the Lady Warriors, they committed 4 errors, and they had 3 runners left on base. For the Arcola Lady Riders, final totals 4 runs on 6 hits. They committed 6 errors, and they had 6 runners left on base. Winning pitcher is Erin Walker. She's now 5-1 on the season, and the losing pitcher is Taylor Edwards. She is now 0-1. Tuscola's record goes up to 5-2. Arcola loses its first game of the season. So that's going to do it from Irvin Park in Tuscola. We hope you've enjoyed this first edition of the Douglas County Digest Spring Sports Game of the Week. Hopefully the weather will be nice enough that we can do this on a weekly basis. But for now, for our videographer, Tim Rogers out there in left field, getting a good view of the plate. And then, and for Celeste Rogers, this is Alan Patton saying thanks for being with us. Join us again next time on the Douglas County Digest Game of the Week. Okay.